Hi friends, welcome back to my channel. So today I did want to do a little tutorial on these little cute beaded bows. I just think they're so adorable. Um, I made them for a swap that I am participating in, and so they were a lot easier to make than I imagined. So I wanted to go ahead and do a tutorial with you guys. I know that I haven't been on active on YouTube, but you guys know I've been watching your videos. I've just been trying to, I don't know if some of you are familiar with anemia, but it can be really, I don't want to say serious, but it can be a real problem, I guess you could say. And your levels can get really low, so much to the point like it's 80 degrees here in Southern California right now, or even, I want to say, even more than 80 degrees. And I get cold. Like today, I went to the doctor's office. I was cold. I was wearing pants and a sweater. So just things like that. And with my energy levels being so low, I can only do minimal amount of things. I'm not even driving right now. My doctor didn't want me to drive because I do get nausea and lightheaded when I go out. And so the crafting that I've been doing, because I've been wanting to craft, is mainly something low energy. So beading is perfect because I just, I'm laying down or sitting down when I'm doing it. So, and it requires very little energy. So, with that said, sorry for the long explanation, guys. With that said, I want to go ahead and get started. So, you're going to take, I've seen them made with thread, and but I'm using wire. And you can get this wire. I got this at Michael's, but I imagine you can get it at Hobby Lobby or even Joann's for some of you who still have a Joann's open. This is 24 yards of 21.9 meters, and that does fit a seed bead. So you can make these bows with seed beads, but you don't have to. You can also make them with regular beads. Some of you, there are beads at Dollar Tree. There are beads. Some of you sell beads even. So, and these are the beads I'm talking about. Let me show you, for example, a reference. So that you guys can get an idea. Like, I believe Stace from Stace, she's made a couple, and she just used I believe she used regular size beads like these. But you can get like these pearls, sorry about that. These pearls you can get at the Dollar Tree. This is pink, so I got, that one was gifted to me, but you can get, there's some pearls at the Dollar Tree. I know some of you have seen them. You could probably use those to make some bows. But these are the size of beads that you could use to make your bows. But for this tutorial, I am making them with seed beads, and you can get these regular seed beads. I got these at Michael's, but I know that Hobby Lobby also sells seed beads as well. So you want to start with your wire, and this one, for example, it had, so I did 30 for each loop and 15 on the ends. So for reference, it's smaller than my hand. So as you can see, well, I want to create a bigger bow. So for the tutorial, we're going to do that. So you're going to start with your center bow first, and you're just going to put that anywhere because on each side is where you're going to do your loops. So on each side I want to do, so since this had 30, let's do 50 seed beads. So for the purpose of this video, I'm going to string the 50 on each side, and then I will come right back. Okay, so I have my 50 beads. By the way, I've seen some tutorials where they use a needle to needle the beads through, but since we're using wire, I didn't use a needle because the wire is thin enough to fit through the seed beads. Let me show you guys just for reference. I mean, this is not how I string them, but see how that fits perfect. So what I do is just to string them, just so you guys get an idea, is I just string them like that. I take a dish. I got this small ring dish for my wedding a couple years ago, and you just take a dish, you pour your seed beads out, and then it's easy as just stringing them on like that. Of course, you got to be a little bit more. See, and they easily string on like that. So I have my 50 on each side. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna take one side and you're gonna put it through the center bead. And you're gonna bring it out the other side. Oops. There we go. And then you're going to take the other side and do the same thing. Put it through the center bead and put it out the other side. So this is the sizes that I gave you. I don't quite know how it works with other yarns and other wires, so if you're precise about stuff like that, I would check what the sizes of the seed beads and wires are before I go out and buy them. So the seed beads, for reference, this size is, I don't even know how to tell the size. Is that a size, you guys? The 8, I don't know. Is that for 8? This is pink chalk color, and it just says check seed beads and it just has an 8, so I don't know if that's a size, but so yeah. So you want to make sure that it's taut when you pull, and don't worry if the loops aren't perfect. You can fix that later. But once it's taut, like you don't have any spaces, you don't see any, like a while ago the beads were like that, right? Where you could see the wire of the wire was visible. So you want to pull just to make sure your beads are taut. And yeah, that's that. So as you can see, it's much bigger than the first one we made, which I wanted, right? It's a lot bigger. So for the ends, I'm gonna do half of 50, just like I did this one was half of 30. So for the ends of this, we'll do 25. So I need to pour more of my seed beads out. So I don't think that's enough for 25 each side. So I am going to string the ends of this, the ends of each side, and then I will be back. Okay, so I have 25, right? And you can stop there if you want to. and just leave the bows like that. But I like to add some beads at the end. Just looking for some beads. Shall we do white? Or should we do pink? Let me see if I have another pink. Should we do white or pink? Let's see. What would look better? Let's do white for this video. So you're gonna string a big white bead at the end. Yeah, I like how that looks. White bead there. And then what you're gonna do is, well, if you have some wire cutters, I would make this a bit shorter, but I don't. I just have my Fisker scissors. So what you're gonna do is take your round nose pliers, and then you're going to make, let's cut this a little more. You're going to just round it out. And trust me, I am not a bead person, so for me to even attempt to do this, that's a huge deal. Let me just do this. Never had to do this on camera before, so I'm nervous. Oops. That didn't work. Let me just do this really quick. Oh my goodness. Just do this off camera and show you guys when I'm done. So the loops will look like that. Let me show you this one. Like when you do wire wrap, when you wire wrap your beads, it's the same step. I believe. I've never wire wrapped beads before, but I imagine it's the same step. And then you can straighten out can just bend the loops the way you want them to be. And then my plan is to, like, let me show you what you can do with these, is my plan is to take the smaller one and use it as a charm, but you could also use the bigger one as a charm too. That's cute. The bigger one. What you can do with the little ones, so you can use that as a charm. What you can do with the little ones is, like, let's say we have, and I just made, this is just for reference, but I just made this birthday card, and what you can do is, like, you know, like you could put you could make smaller ones and put it on like a card, add it to like a bag topper or things like that. But yeah, I just wanted to show you guys how really easy they are to make. I hope that you guys enjoyed this tutorial. I haven't done a tutorial in a while, but yeah, that's just what I've been doing, just some small crafts that I can handle for right now. And yeah, so and I hope that my friend who is receiving these bows for that swap, I hope that she ends up really liking the bows because they're so fun to make. And as you can see, you don't need much, just some wire, some round nose pliers. If you don't have round nose pliers, by the way, you can maybe do these loops even with some thin scissors. Yeah, so, or like maybe like a needle, you can use them to just round that. You don't need round nose pliers, but you do need the wire and you do need the beads, so, or the thread. I imagine with thread it's a little harder to make because you can't, well, I guess you can, but I like the wire because you can really bend them the way you want them to go, and they're a little tighter. I think with thread it would be not as tight, but yeah guys, I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I will see you in the next one. Thanks friends, bye.